Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Daniel Lial, CEO of Staige Studio. So today I'll be going over kind of how the app works and how we've already helped quite a bit of customers on this app. So it's very simple, it's very straightforward, but the idea is to help interior designers, land developers, real estate brokers, real estate agencies, interior designers, you name it. We're gonna pretty much speed up the rendering process. So usually their scenario and their situation usually takes maybe 3 weeks, and also saves a lot of money because furnishing a home just for staging purposes might take anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000, right? It just depends on the home. But in this case, we have a really precise model that can actually target whatever area you want to change very precisely. So this is the dashboard here. This is how you're going to see the space. So we have a couple of tabs on the left side, which is dashboard, projects. Here on your projects, you have all your projects organized. Now I'm an admin, so I can see everybody's projects. We also have assets, so you can add your custom materials, furniture, fixtures, etc. And then you can add those while you're editing your pictures. You also have a showroom. So if you pay for one of the plans, you can create a customized showroom for white labeling purposes. So if you don't want to share them access to your Staige Studio, or you want to give them like a nice presentation for how their pictures turned out, you just send them the link. And it's all with a magic link. They receive an email with a nice template and they just access it there. There's also some docs. So if anyone is curious on how it works or also how to work through the software, here's some instructions, and then the rest are admin only. So we're going to start off with adding an example here. So let's test out a kitchen. So we're going to analyze this and let's call it kitchen demo. We're going to do continue, and we're uploading and analyzing the pictures. So the reason we're analyzing the picture is because we also have land development projects. So if it detects a site plan or a floor plan, there's unique instructions and a unique flow that it's going to do if it detects one of those. So if it's a floor plan, it does the 3D floor plan, and then it also breaks it down by room. So that way you get realistic renders based on the floor plan for each individual room. In this case, it analyzes that it's a kitchen. So if it's good, we just approve it. And that's going to take us into the AI editor. So now here we have a couple different panes. On the left side, we have the chat, which you can actually prompt it properly and you will get some really accurate results. We've trained it enough so it can recognize and know what to do. Here is the main picture, and here is the tools. So up here we have the different tools that we can select. In this case, let's change some of the data elements here. So let's change the countertops, let's change the cabinets, and let's change the flooring as well. So let's go on to flooring. Let's do probably a walnut hardwood. Let's go on to the countertops and let's do a white quartz. This is very dated. And let's also go to the cabinets and let's add dark walnut would be nice. Okay. So once you have that, all you're going to do is press apply and we're going to wait here for it to finish. All right, everyone. So here's the result. So that only took about 15 seconds. Wow. I mean, what a huge improvement just by that, right? And this gives you an idea. So like, let's say you're remodeling a home or you're trying to show this to a client. I mean, this is a huge improvement. And I think it gives you kind of the vision of where this project can go, right? I mean, just a little bit of paint on the cabinets here, maybe some slabs of marble or quartz on the countertops, and then the flooring. If it's possible to do wood, I mean that's a huge improvement right there. Including this dated wallpaper here. I mean, just painting it to white looks phenomenally well, and the lighting also gives a better effect. So we can also do angles. So let's say you want to have different angles of the kitchen. You can press on angles, and it's actually going to generate different angles using AI of different areas that it could do. So it could get you a corner view, a low angle, focal point, high angle, close up, wide angle. These are just some recommendations, or you can give it a custom angle. So it'll give you a different angle for that picture. So we also have the create from this. Here we can actually create renders from this render. So this one's really special for land development projects. So let's say you create a site plan and you transform it into from the sketch, from the plans into a realistic render. Then you can analyze it and it'll give you other renders for that picture. So it'll get you maybe, let's say it's a plaza, commercial plaza. It might get you the interior, might get you an aerial shot, might get you a street view, entrance view, etc. And AI just gives you those recommendations. So now let's do something fun. So let's change this appliances to stainless steel. So change the appliances to stainless steel. All right, everybody. So here's the result. Wow. So I'm just so impressed because you can see the reflection on on the stainless steel, right? You can see the shadows. You can even see it on the cabinets, on the countertops, even the cabinets, right? And it's so impressive because look what it was before, right? Look at the lighting on the stainless steel. Look at the countertop. I mean, it's just so impressive to me. So anyways, that's kind of how it works for just a remodel. We also have furniture, some predefined furniture. So if you want to change some stuff in your living room, bedroom, dining, office, bathroom, outdoor, we also have custom themes. So if you want to change some themes from your actual space, in this case, we can do a modern minimalist or industrial theme. It'll change the entire kitchen to that concept. And declutter. So here we can do remove all furniture, remove personal items, remove data elements, and also clean and tidy. So that's that. And then we also have our wizard. So let's say you upload the site plan of a plot of land. You go through this and it kind of helps you render that picture. So let's say you do land development. It's a land development picture. You want to visualize a townhome, multifamily, etc. You go through this process and it renders out that picture. So I'll show you some examples here shortly. But now that we're done, let's publish this, and that'll be saved onto our project here. All right. So now let's go over to an example that I would like to showcase. So let me showcase this Onyx, starting our ranch Onyx test. So this was a really cool one that we transformed from a site plan to an actual render. So here we do a compare of before and after. This was the actual site plan, which is very cool, right? You can see the way it looks here. And this is what it came up with. You know, it came up with the entire plot of land with all the ponds, with the streets. And then from there, we did create a render from that render. And that started to give us variations of other type of renders. And it gave us the interior, gave us a little river kind of deal, one of the homes with a pool, an outside look, and, you know, a nice open kitchen, living room area. And we also played around with just adding some cars. So in this case, we changed the outside of the home to add brick and add a purple McLaren. And that seemed to work really well. So here as well, we'll showcase some of the examples we did. So let me go back here. Here's an example that we did. So this was the original image. That was the original concept that it came up with. And we started modifying some things. So we changed it to an industrial view. And from there, we changed some other stuff as well. We changed the flooring. We changed the couch. And in the other one, we also changed the couch as well here. We changed it to a nice luxury theme. We changed the little island and some other details. So it's really fun to play around with. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty much kind of how it works. I'll show you guys the floor plan one too. So let me go on to down here. So this Bird Dog restaurant, this was a fun one to do as well. Here is the example of the floor plan. So this was a floor plan concept that a customer had, and this was the result. So that helps a lot for his presentations for this client. And after that, we start to feed it things and it starts to generate images of what the bar or what the kitchen might look like. And then he uses that as references for his presentations. Here's another good examples that we did. We have to kind of play around with it, but sometimes we get really, really good and accurate results. For example, this one was really good, and we had some other variants in another project. But yeah, you can see here the results of that. And then we had another one that was really, really good here in Frisco. This one was very impressive. So if we take a look at this before and after, so the customer actually took a picture of the empty lot and we gave it through the AI editor. It rendered out the home. And here is kind of like a little golden hour shot of a modern home. And again, this is crazy. I mean, it looks like a real home, right? It even kept almost the same signage. Look at the shadow on the home. It's For me, it's extremely impressive, and the customer was really happy. We also generated a couple other concepts. Some of them weren't so accurate, but this one was also really good. Let's see. So this one, it's almost perfect. Like look at this here on the side of the home. Obviously this is a concept that might not fit for that customer. And here's another one which is very impressive too. So you see here, this was the drawing and this is what it came up with. So it's extremely, extremely precise. And from there, we also changed some of the brick, and we changed some of the stuff on some of the roofing on the home. And again, this just helps whatever client look at it and have a good vision of where this can go instead of waiting for hours, waiting for weeks for these processes to complete. Now they can just render it in a couple seconds or just try it out themselves. So yeah, guys, hope you guys liked it. This is just a little glimpse and snippet of what this app can do. There's so much more that we're planning to do for this app. This is just the beginning. We already have a couple customers on here, but we're wanting really good success for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Thank you.